everyone, and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Felissimo Friday and we have a new set of Felissimos to play with. Yay! This is actually really pretty colors. As you can see, it's got the pinks, the yellows, the blues, and of course it is called Bliss. A pastel-colored utopia in a sea of fairy floss clouds, where imagination runs free, a blissful world free of clouds. Awesome. So, as you know, the Felissimos, this set is number 361 to 380, is number 19 in the set. Each set, for the 500 set, each 25 set comes in a little plastic case. You can keep them in the cases or you can put them elsewhere and just store the cases. But they do come with 20 colors in each case, numbered, named, and that sort of thing. The names on these pencils are really cool. Like this one here is called Spearmint Tulle, Mint Hit. What's this one? Powder Puff. You know, all sorts of things like that. I do find the best sharpener so far that I've used for these is the Mr. Pen. It has a large and a small. I use the large sharpener for it, and it sharpens without tearing the corners, which is awesome. All right, so we're going to swatch these up, and we're going to color a bird. So we've got this one from number 16, this one from set number 17, this one is from set number 18, and today's bird is going to be this one from number 19. And we will be coloring that up today with this set. So it's going to be a lot of pastel tones and wonderful, pretty floral colors. So we're going to put aside the book. This is Winged Daydreams by Monique Daywild. If you want to take a look at it and purchase it, it's a really lovely, lovely little book. We're going to do the swatching of these, of course, on the swatch card that comes in the box. I'm going to switch you over to the close-up. Oh, my close-up camera has weird colors on it. Hold on, let me fix that. I don't know why the coloration went strange with my hand. Let's fix that. That's a little better. There we go. That's more looking like human skin, not some weird bright skin. All right, so that's what we're going to do. Now we're going to go through and we're going to swatch these. This first one is number 361, which is Sweet Paradise. And as you may recall the, or if you've been watching the swatching of these, the paper that the swatch charts come in on is not the the absolutely fantastic paper. It's quite thin and does not have a lot of tooth. So getting a deep color on this does deem a little difficult with certain colors. So if you don't see a really intense coloration, that is why. So I've got my light and my dark. Like I said, this one is called Sweet Paradise and it's number 361. And of course it also has the Japanese name here as well. All right, so there is a Sweet Paradise. We're going to put that on the top. And then we have Arcadia Dream. Lovely pink tones. Just putting down a layer of light and then I'll try to get a layer of dark on top of it. So as I said before, some of the colors you may not see very well due to the paper itself. I did swatch these on a cardstock as well. When I first got the set, I swatched the entire set and it worked a lot better on the cardstock, I must say. A very, very pretty light pink. This one is called Joyful Jumps. It's number 363. This is going to be a cream pink, like almost a white pink. So it's got a lot of white in it. You can barely see it on the page. It's going to be an awesome color for highlights. Very pretty. Very, very light. Like I said, you guys can probably just barely see it. I know I can just barely see it. So just going to try to get a little bit of a heavier lay down there, but I think that's about all this paper is going to let me put down. Very pretty, very, very light, light pink. This one here is called Dazed Delight. And we're going into a peach tone now. Again, very, very light, light colors. This is the pastel tones for one of the pastel sets for this 500 set of pencils. Here we go. Very nice peach color. This one is called Heavenly Canary. And as you know, canary yellow is a really nice yellow. So I'm hoping this is more of a canary yellow. It's very light though, so it's a little light for a canary yellow, but it is a lovely yellow. Very, very soft. These are very soft colors. Very, very pretty. And then we're going to go into Twinkle Twinkle. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. And this is number 366, which is also a very nice yellow. It's a very pastel yellow. This one has a little bit deeper of a color than this one, but still very, very pretty. And you're not seeing it as yellow as much. You're seeing it a little bit more orange. So let's fix that. I'm telling you, this sometimes the program is just not, it's a little more yellow. There, that's a little better. Whoop. Well, that's giving you the yellows, but it's definitely taking away the pinks. Let's just go auto there. So the yellows are going to just look a little bit more orangey than yellow. And I don't know if I like that. Let's put this back on. It's a little better. All right. Sorry about that, guys. It's just going to show a little bit orangier on this camera than yellow. And we will switch it over to the other camera and show you the full swatch chart when we're done. So again, this one is called Twinkle Twinkle. And it's a lovely, lovely light yellow. This one is even lighter in the yellow. And this one here is Dandelion Wishes. Dandelion Wishes. I used to make wishes on the dandelions when they would go to seed, and you'd blow the seeds and make a wish. Very pretty color. I love all these really light yellows. This one here is called Powder Puff. So it's going to be a very cream color. Very, very light cream tone. Almost a butter color. You know, that color of whipped butter. Alright, now I'm just going to put a heavier hand here and try to get a darker area, like so. Again, like I said, the colors are very, very muted and very light. Now this one is called Mint Hint. a mint tint. A very pastel mint color. Just trying to get a heavier layer here. This paper is horrible. I've said it so many times, but it's true. This paper is not the best paper. And then we have spearmint tulle or tulle. Spearmint tulle, that's it. Yeah, like the fabric tulle. This has got a nice green blue color. Not the color I would have picked for spearmint, but it definitely tastes different than this color. Tastes a lot greener. So that is spearmint tulle, and it's a nice aquatic kind of green. And then we have Elixir Fresh. Elixir Fresh. Well, that's a lovely gray blue. Try to put in the darker tone here. Just pressing a little bit harder and getting those layers on there. Don't press too hard because they are a soft pencil and you will end up, just basically killing the tooth of the paper. And with paper that doesn't have a lot of tooth, you don't really want to do that with. So you've got Elixir Fresh. This one is called Eden Horizon. As you can tell, we're getting into the blue tones now. Eden Horizon. I can barely see that on the page. It is very light. It's not that it's not pigmented, it's just a really light color. And to be honest, with 500 colors, you got to get from almost white to almost black in each range, and that's very, very easy to do when you're working with so many different colors. And that's where we're at right now, is just above the white areas. This one's called Fairy Flake. So the previous one was Eden Horizon. It was $3.72. This one is Fairy Flake, and it's $3.73. And I know I haven't been telling you the numbers, but that's okay. Very lovely, lovely pencil. That is a pretty color. It's a really, really nice light blue. Would work really well for those really bright light blue skies. This is called Polar Wonderland. Ooh, I wonder if it's an ice color. Ice blue. I like ice blue. And it is a lovely ice blue. Those two together would make really nice ice. Alright, now we're going to press a little bit harder and get those colors to shine through a little bit. And that is called Polar Wonderland. Alright, now we're going to do Nautical Halcyon. Halcyon. Nautical Halcyon. I'm probably pronouncing that 110% wrong. I do apologize if I am. And this is number 375. Again, a wonderful light blue. And this one is even closer to white than this one was. Definitely very, very light. Okay, just going to put a little bit of pressure on it to get us some color build up there. And again, like I said, the tooth on this paper is very, very minimal. So getting a buildup of color can be difficult. So if you're finding that your colors just don't look right on your little swatch charts that come with each set of pencils, don't worry about it. Swatch them on something a little bit toothier, and you will find that the color shines through a lot better. And this is Unusually Utopia. And this is a really light gray blue, or blue-gray, whichever you want to call it. Since the gray is shining through a little bit more than the blue, I would call it a gray blue. Same with this one up here. The gray is shining through a little bit more than the blue. So I think Elixir Fresh and Unusually Utopia would work really well together. Very, very, very pretty. Pretty color. Now we're getting into some purples. Ooh, yay. I like purples. So this one is called Sheer Amethyst, and it's number 377. It's going to be on our white spectrum. So where our white colors are, those really, really light pastel tones. Beautiful color for highlights, for doing those light touches to a white flower or to snow. This is a great color for that as well. Very, very nice. So that's Sheer Amethyst. This one here is called Cloud 9. And it's going to be a little bit more purple. Definitely a good liner for the clouds. It's also a really good one for that shadow on a snowbank, for the deeper shadows. I'm going to add a couple of more layers here to the dark side. Now I have been going through and asking people as I do the video, while you're putting in your comment below the video, if you want to take the challenge of going through and pulling out all the names of the pencils and writing a little story. I really enjoy reading them. I think they're awesome. So this one here is called Blessed Break, sorry. Blessed Break. And it's got a little bit more of that red violet in it. A really nice light purple with the red spectrum. The reds are showing through a little bit more than the blue, where these ones too, the blue is showing through a little bit more. And that one is called Blessed Break. And this one here is called Warm Hug. Warm Hug. And this is number 380, which is the last pencil in the set of 19, which is called Bliss. This one is called Warm Hug, and is a nice light purple pink. It does have a little bit more of the red tone in it than the blue tone, but there still is a bit in there. So you can either put these with the pinks or with the purples, and it would still fit in quite well. I personally would put it in the pinks, but all right, I'm going to switch you over to the main screen here so that you can see a little bit better the colors that are in this set. So we've got Sweet Paradise, Arcadia Dream, Joyful Jumps, Day's Delight, Heavenly Canary, Twinkle Twinkle, Dandelion Wishes, Powder Puff, Mint Hit, sorry, Spearmint Tulle, Elixir Fresh, Eden Horizon, Fairy Flake, Polar Wonderland, Nautical Halcyon. I'm probably saying that wrong, and I apologize if I am. Unusually Utopia, Sheer Amethyst, Cloud 9, Blessed Break, and Warm Hug. And those are all the colors of Bliss. And of course, the poem that comes with it says a pastel colored utopia in a sea of fairy floss clouds, where imagination runs free, a blissful world free of crowds. Awesome. So we're going to color our daydreams with using these pencils. We're going to color one of our little birds here. So as I said, we did this one here with number 16, this one here with number 17, this one here with number 18. We'll be doing this one here with number 19. I'm going to switch you over to the close-up camera so that you can see the little birdie. And we're going to pick our colors. Let's see, what color should we start with? I think we're going to start with, let's see, what have we gone through and done? So we've done a pinky one, a green one, and a brown with purples. So let's go with our yellow tones. So the first one we're going to use is Dandelion Delight, or Dandelion Wishes. Dandelion Delight. So we're going to use Dandelion Wishes first, I think. Yeah. So as you can see, I sharpened it with the Mr. Pen sharpener, and it gave me a good sharpen without tearing the corners, which drives me crazy when it does that. I found that the Stedler one that I was using would tear the corners, so that's why I started using a different one. I started going through all my sharpeners to see which ones I could use without tearing the corners. So I'm just putting down a base coat of this color, which is Dandelion Wishes. And we're going to put this one aside. Now we're going to grab the Dazed Delight. Now that's a very light layer. It is not the final layer. So now with our Dazed Delight, we're going to come in here and break the tip because I sharpened it too sharp. I'm going to come in and I'm going to add some of that orange. It's a very light peach color, but it's what we're going to use for our shadows. Just going to go through, fill in all the shadow line areas. So you can see where the shadows are going to be just by where the wings are. And the artist has given a couple of instances where there's going to be shadow, like right here. Just building that color up. like so. I hope everybody had a wonderful week. We will be finishing off this week's picture today as well. So stay tuned for that video. All right. I'm just going to take this and I'm going to put it in the deep areas here, just because I know I'm going to use it for that. So now we're going to take our medium tone, which is going to be Heavenly Canary. And we're just going to come off of that peach color a little bit. Like so. Sorry if I end up getting quiet. So I'm going to come down the tail as well here. With that canary color. And then we're going to go back through. Whoops, let's not throw it around. We're going to go back through with our Dandelion Wishes. And we're just going to use that to blend all those colors together. Now this is going to be very, very pastel bird because of the fact that it is a lot of pastel colors. This is the macarons of the Felissimos. All right, now we're going to do the front of the bird in blue. So I think the brightest blue that we have is the Polar Wonderland. So that will be our dark. So we're going to use Fairy Flake on his tummy. So we're just going to take that Fairy Flake and we're just going to fill the whole thing in. Like so. And it's very, very, very light color. But that's our base color. That's going to be our lightest tone, our lightest color. So now I'm going to use Polar Wonderland. And we're going to start going into our shadow colors, our deeper areas. Make sure that if you sharpen your pencil really, really sharp, that you knock that little tiny bit off because it will break. I'm going to bring that shadow in. Now, because these are a pastel color, they are going to cover up the black with a white dampening of the color. Don't worry about that. And we're going to come down through here and do the dark area. Like so. Just going to press just a little bit harder just to get the saturation I want. You can finesse these pencils, so you can color very, very lightly and build that color up. But you can also give a little bit of a push to them where you're putting a medium pressure on them and just pushing that pigment into the paper a little bit. All right, now we're going to take, let's see, let's take a bit of the spearmint tool. See if we can darken up that edge just a touch more in those heavier. There we go, that's a little better. So just where those really heavy black lines and black dot areas are. Just going to put a little bit of that in. Like so. And then we're going to take our light color again. So this is Fairy Flake. And we're just going to blend everything all together. Eliminating any sort of harsh lines, making sure that all areas are filled. Like so. Now we're going to do pinks on the flower. So we're going to start off with, no, I'm not going to start with this one, but I'm going to use this one and this one. Just going to sharpen up the ones I'm going to use here. So the first one we're going to use is going to be Arcadia Dream as our base color for our flower. Like so. And then we're going to use Warm Hug as our mid-tone. So as you can see, the pink colors of the Warm Hug, even though it does show as a bit of a purple, can be put in both either the family with the pinks or the family with the purples. So if you're putting these in color order, you can definitely put that in either area and be perfectly fine with it. Alright, so the next one we're going to use is Sweet Paradise. And we're going to come through in the deeper areas here. And we're going to add that pink. Alright, now we're going to go with our greens. So the first one we're going to use is, of course, the Mint Hit. Mint Hit. And oh, I need to grab that yellow. So we're going to use the Heavenly Canary for this spot here in the center of the pink flower. And then we're going to grab the Mint Hit and we're going to fill in the leaves here. so. That one's different, that one's different. Okay. And we've got this one back here. And then we're going to go with the spearmint tulle. And we're going to put in our contrast through the veins. Like that. And then we're just going to take a slight amount of, yeah, we'll just go back over it with the green. So we're going to go back over it with the mint green and fill in any white spot, blending that gray-green into it, the spearmint into the mint, like that. Okay, and then we're going to go with the purple. So we're going to start with Cloud 9. It's going to be a very colorful bird. So I want this one here to have the purple. Oh, I need to darken this right here. That's better. So I'm just going over the whole leaf with this very light purple. It's a very, very light purple. Alright, then we're going to take Blessed Break. Give it a sharpen. And then we're going to come down through into the shadow areas here. And the contrasts of the leaf, the veining as well as the bend of the leaf here. Like so. This is going to be a very pretty light bird. Now we're going to grab our nautical halcyon. I'm not going to even try pronouncing that anymore. I'm butchering it. It is a very, very pale blue. So I'm just putting a couple of little layers of that. And then we're going to take our, do I want that one or this one? What's this one? No, I want this one. Joyful Jumps has got a little bit of a gray-brown tone. So I'm going to use Twinkle Twinkle, and I'm just going to add that to some of the edges here, so that when I come back through with the brighter blue, it gives a better contrast to the light blue. Alright, now we're going to go with the Polar Wonderland. And we're just going to put in some of those contrast here. These leaves are going to have quite a bit of different colors on it. Built up from other colors. So now we're going to go in with the Elixir Fresh. Come off of that nautical there. And then we're going to take, what's the brightest yellow? I think Dandelion Wishes would be a nice bright yellow. So we're just going to add a little bit of that. And then just a little bit of the brown pink of Joyful Jumps. As well. So I'm going to add more of that here as well. And we're going to use that on her beak, like so. All right, and let's see, what do we have left here? Actually, I'm going to use a little bit of Unusually Utopia in the purple leaf here on her wing for the, just to enhance that contrasting color there a little bit more. Like so. Use it a little bit in here as well, just to get that shadow a little bit more gray. All right, there we go. And there we have our little bird. I'm going to dust it off. And I will switch you over to the main camera so you can see it a little bit better. So as you can see, even though they are very light pastel colors, you can still see a good range of color in them and quite a bit of contrast. Now, if I had these colors and this set and this set, that would make a really lovely grouping of pencils to create pretty much anything. So we have number 16, 17, 18, and 19. Next week we will do number 20, then we have 21, and then of course the rest of them we will use for the leaves and the tree. And then we will be finished with the Felissimo Fridays. We have 6 more sets to go. We have number 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25 left to go. And then they will be all finished. And then I will be going through and putting together a color family, hopefully, listing for them. I do have some work to do on that, of putting them all in color family, so it will take me a little bit of time to do that. All right, guys, with that, I would like to say thank you all very much for watching. Of course, always remember to like, comment, and subscribe to any YouTube artist that you enjoy. Not only does this help us out with our own self-esteems, it also helps out with our analytics. So please make sure that you do hit that like button if you enjoy the video. And of course, always remember to relax, color, and stay safe, everyone. Until next time, bye bye for now.